Good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. I'm Charlene. I'm so glad to be here with you today, and what a day it is. Wow. I think the bulls are really happy to be here today too. I think we need a little bit of sonic love today. Wow, everything that's going on in the world, everything that is going on in the sky. Oh my goodness. So tell me where you're joining us from today. Just drop it in the chat. I'd love to say hello. Good morning, Esther. Good to see you. Oh, look at all your emojis. Woohoo, Esther. If this is your first time joining us, first of all, welcome. And second of all, we love emojis. So feel free to use as many as you'd like. Follow Esther's lead. I love it. Hi, Maria. Namaste. It's nice to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Bill. Nice to see you. I am happy you are here as well. And those green hearts are extra vibrant today, so that's fun. Hi, Lori. Good morning, Lori. Lori joins us from Madison, Wisconsin. How are you, my friend? I hope everybody's week has gone well thus far. It's Friday. If you're joining us in live, real time here on Insight Timer and over on YouTube as well. We have friends over there. Jeremy, I think we have, hi from Nepal on YouTube. I love it. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Die, nut, die. Carmina on Insight Timer. Hello. Yes, you need some good vibes to counter Friday the 13th in October. Really interesting how the world is unfolding at this present moment. If I was an evil overlord of sorts, which I'd make a fabulous one, I would definitely really work with the astrology, because if we know that the moon affects us in really profound ways, everything else does as well. And there is so much going on. There is a lot of turmoil that's bubbling up. Tomorrow is a lunar eclipse. We're in eclipse season. Lots of fun stuff happening. And it's very easy to see the shadow side of it. But for a shadow to exist, there also must be light. So this is a great time to come together and really connect into whatever frequency you want. Sometimes we enjoy relishing skipping through the shadows and understanding that experience. Sometimes we really just want to bask in the light. So wherever you are today on your journey, I'm glad that you're here. It's going to be a fun one. Carmina, yep, definitely some good vibes on Friday the 13th. Hey, Janice, good morning from sunny Ontario. Nice, I like that. Well, it is not so sunny here in Florida. Getting a little bit more sunny, but not quite as much. Apparently is beautiful Ontario right now. Hope you're enjoying a gorgeous autumn day. Janet, good morning from Wisconsin. Hi, Janet. Hi, Maggie. Happy Friday. Yes, Bridget, good to see you. Oh, Bright, sorry. Good grief. Oh, I should get new contacts. I'm glad you're here, Bright. It's nice to see you. Jeremy, thank you so much. He just blew up the text for me in the chat. So if it's your first time here, you'll hear me talk about Jeremy. He's my husband. He's actually running all the production back there and makes all the beautiful, wonderful goodness happen. Jeremy, look at all those hearts coming in for you. Everybody give it up for Jeremy. He's giving thumbs up and hearts. I love it. I love it. Oh, hi, Victor. How are you? Good to see you. I hope you are well. Cherry Berry, good to see you. Sending love back to you in Amsterdam as well with your little musical fairies. I love that. Lori, yeah. Happy lucky Friday the 13th. You always reframe it and it seems to work. It's true. That's true for all of life, right? All of life is a perfect representation of that yin-yang symbol with the light with a little bit of dark and the dark with a little bit of light. They have to work in congruency. It's a function of, truly, actually, in quantum physics, we see it firsthand. That's how the universe manifests. It's how the universe maintains its balance and truly order from the chaos. So I love that. Reframing is a good thing. Kathleen, good morning. Good morning from Portland with your little cloud and your rainbow. It's perfect. Hi, Kristen from Miami. Nice to see you. Jeanette, hi. I'm grateful for you to be here. I'm glad that you enjoy the sessions. Audra, hi. Good to see you all as well. We send our love back to you too. Jeanette, yes, lucky and blessed. Yes, absolutely. It's all how we look at life, right? I love that. Marcy, good morning from Idaho. Good to see you, Marcy. I hope you're doing great. Gloria, hello from Nairobi. Nice to see you, Gloria. Thanks for joining us. It's so good to be here with you again. Yay, excited for Metatron today. You speak patterns and geometry, so this got to pack a punch. Amen. Sending you all so much love and all your hearts. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. You are right, Gloria. Oh my goodness. Jeremy, over on YouTube as well. Our friends, Dinette Die, was giving you hearts as well. So high five, babe. It takes a village. It's good to be the village idiot. But Gloria, you are so spot on. Today is a good Dinetta Die. Oh, okay, sorry. Jeremy corrected me. I was mispronouncing our YouTube friend's handle, so apologies. The text over there is really tiny. Gloria, you're right, because today's going to be a really cool day because Metatron is about to walk into the house. So this will be exciting. Peace to you and Rich Rising. City, good to see you. City joins us from Philadelphia. Jeremy, let's talk a little bit about Metatron. So first of all, for all of our newbies, I'm so glad you're here. And in front of you are 13 chromatically tuned, well, 19 actually, 19 chromatically tuned quartz crystal singing bowls. They have really strong abilities to conduct electricity because they're made out of quartz, utilizing the piezoelectric effect. And that energy then connects and intertwines and influences our own energy systems, our own energetic systems, especially our biofield, so the energy that sits especially right around us. A lot of people call it our aura. But it also will have impact on your cellular systems as well. So high level frequency. So we'll do a little bit of prep to be able to raise our energy, to be able to accept these frequencies, even though they'll be coming into an octave that we can assimilate easily. So the bowls, you can either assimilate them with headphones and really go deep into the sound, or you can just let the sound wash over you. I encourage you to always maintain comfort in your body, whether you're seated and maintaining an upright spine to allow for the energy to flow both upward and outward and downward as you need to release. So this constant little bit of opposing force to allow the energy to really enliven your system. You'll feel that in a more powerful and beautiful way. You also may want to experience today prone. If you need to lay down, that's fine. Just lay your body down. Totally fine. You can lie down and feel good. Metatron is a really interesting character. So Metatron by some, he's considered the most powerful of the archangels. And to some, he's not really part of the pantheon. So let's talk a little bit about that. So Metatron's name actually means one who guards. So he's considered to be sitting beside the throne of God. And from a Christian perspective, that sometimes throws people for a loop because they're like, well, Jesus is at the right hand of the Father, for instance. Well, it just says beside. It doesn't necessarily say right hand, right? So he's also thought of as the angel of life and the king of the angels. And he has a lot of different names. Metatron, Megatron, my favorite, and Metaton, lots of different derivations. But today, we'll call him Metatron. Usually in art, we'll see Metatron and we'll know that that angel is Metatron because he's depicted as guarding the tree of life. And his colors usually that people connect to Metatron are green, pink stripes, which is kind of cool, and blue. Again, colors, hues. There's lots of different ways we can experience those angelic colors. So Metatron guards the tree of life, and he writes down supposedly the good deeds of people on earth, as well as what happens in heaven. So he's a record keeper. And he writes everything down in what is called the Book of Life, which is also called the Akashic Records. So in non-canonical writings, so writings that aren't inside considered mainstream sacred scriptures, all the juicy good ones, Metatron is considered to be one of the greatest of all of the heavenly hierarchies. He's the first, as also the last, of the 10 archangels. And he's traditionally considered to be the spiritual twin or half-brother of the archangel Sandalphon. And both were humans on earth, Sandalphon and Metatron, before they ascended into the heavenly realms. They're the only two that are connected with both humanity directly and then in ascending into the angelic space. Metatron is said to have lived as a prophet Enoch, and Sandalphon, the prophet Elijah. So Metatron, because he's been called the king of the angels, he's also been called the prince of the divine face or present, the chancellor of heaven, angel of the covenant, and chief of the ministering angels. He has lots of really cool name tags. Love it. He's been identified as a liberating angel and the Shekinah, who is sometimes regarded as the feminine aspect of Metatron. Now, the Jewish mystical texts assert that Metatron is the link between human and the divine. The Zohar, which is the holy book in a mystical branch of Judaism called the Kabbalah, describes Metatron as the king of the angels and says he rules over the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So that's the Zohar. The Zohar also mentions that the prophet Enoch had turned into Archangel Metatron in heaven. So they say that Enoch went from earth into heaven and then became Metatron. So the ascension happened in the celestial place. In both the Torah and the Bible, the prophet Enoch lives an extraordinarily long life and then is taken up into heaven without dying. He lived, in the Bible, in the Torah, it says that all of Enoch's days were 365 years. He walked with God and was no more because God, actually it says because the Elohim had taken him. But that's a side topic. The Zohar also reveals that God decided to allow Enoch, now Metatron, to continue his earthly ministry forever in heaven, describing in the Zohar that on earth, Enoch was working on a book that contained the, quote, inner secrets of wisdom, and then was taken from this earth to become a heavenly angel. The Zohar also reveals, quote, all the supernatural secrets were delivered into his hands, and he, in turn, delivered them to those who merited them. So he had all the secrets, and then he gave them to whomever merited the worth of these amazing secrets. So thus he performed his mission that the Holy One blessed him and assigned him to. 1,000 keys were delivered into his hands, and he takes 100 blessings every day and creates unifications for his master. The Holy One, blessed be he, took him from this world so that he would serve him above. Really interesting ideas there. I love that. So the Jewish legend also related to Metatron while he was still the mortal Enoch and arriving in heaven is that he was transformed into a spirit of fire. And this is really cool. So he was then equipped with 36 pairs of wings, as well as innumerable eyes. Now, if you've ever looked up, especially on Pinterest, which is kind of fun, if you've ever looked up, just look up depictions of angels, and you'll see that there have been many artists that have actually begun to depict these angels as they're actually described in these sacred texts in the Bible. And you'll see these really interesting 36 wings and innumerable eyes. Just check it out. Kind of fun. So in the New Testament of the Bible in Hebrews, it gives a little bit more information. They talk about, by faith, Enoch was taken from this life so that he did not experience death. So again, that's repeated later on in the New Testament. And he could not be found because God had taken him away, for he was taken and he was commended as one who pleased God. So maybe he does stand beside God's throne. God was that pleased with him. I mean, probably has his ear, right? Now, there's a lot of other story that goes around Metatron as well. And, we'll just kind of go through some of these. But I think one of the biggest hits is that how we, from a more secular perspective of Metatron, how Metatron is also known, and even in the New Age, aspects of occultism and even mystic Christianity, there's a really strong connection to Metatron and sacred geometry. And this geometry connecting to the tree of life specifically, that we see, that 10-branch tree of life in Jewish mysticism with the Kabbalah. According to the Kabbalah, as we said, Metatron sits at the top of the tree of life with the Shekinah, that feminine aspect. And together they're responsible for balancing male and female energy and creating a universe that's balanced and harmonious. So I invite you now just to begin to find a comfortable position. We've tickled the mind so that we can begin to allow the intellect to start establishing new neural pathways of knowledge, so that whenever we connect into an experience related to that knowledge, those pathways will already begin to dance, to shine, to feel familiar. It's in this familiarity where we can deepen our experience and our practice. So as you find your comfortable position, either seated or lying down, just begin to turn your attention now and witness your breath. How is your breath moving today? Is it relaxed and easy? Is there any breakage in your breathing rhythm or pattern? Just witness it. And as you witness your breath, gently ask your breath to begin to shift in a way that feels more congruent with where you desire to be right now. I invite you to think, imagine, or feel a color as a ball of light sitting in front of you. It can be any color that you wish. It could be a solid color. It could be a marbled color. It could be ombre with multiple colors in this ball of light in front of you. Just begin now to shift your attention from your breath into this ball of light in front of you. Notice how witnessing the color generates feeling within your body. Allow that ball of light to shift into a color spectrum, whether it's one color or multiple colors, that generates a feeling of joy in your heart. Perhaps it generates joy. Perhaps it generates peace. Perhaps it generates an overwhelming sense of well-being. Whatever that sensation is for you that you'd like to pursue today, allow those colors to begin to shift into a point that they emanate your desired feeling. As you continue to gaze upon this ball of light, experiencing that emotion coming back towards you, invite that ball of light towards your body. directing it to any specific point in your physical body or your energetic body that would benefit from this vibration, these frequencies. Perhaps it may feel good to pull that into your heart, perhaps your third eye. Perhaps it may feel good to pull it into your back or your shoulders, or even into your first energy center at the base of your spine. You may just want to shower it up and down your entire physical system. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, basking in the frequencies that you're already beginning to bring in. Holding that breath in, and as you do, relaxing the heart, relaxing the body. And exhale. Holding that breath out, allowing the heart and the body to relax. Taking a deep breath in now, holding that breath in, holding the breath in, relaxing the heart, relaxing the mind, relaxing the body. Beautiful. And exhale gently, just let it go, let that go. If you have a grounding practice, I invite you to begin that now. If not, think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of light originating at the base of your spine, connecting you all the way down through the floor, through the ground, into the earth, to the very core of our planet. Allowing this golden cord of light to wrap itself around the innermost part of our planet, wherever feels safe, secure, grounding to you. Allowing today's date and time, whatever that is for you right now, to appear on this grounding cord, bringing you into present time, this present moment. Allowing anything in your physical body that you're ready to release, to let go of, to begin to just gently dissolve down this grounding cord of golden light. Many of you are already beginning to release this heaviness. The heaviness that you had been carrying, the heaviness that you had been reflecting from the world around us. Just allow all of that to descend back in to our precious mother. She'll recycle and do with it as she needs. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, relaxing the heart as you hold that breath in. And as you exhale, feeling any and all energy you're ready to let go of descend down that grounding cord. a deep breath in. Hold that breath in. Relaxing the body. And gently exhale. Holding that breath out. Relaxing the body. I invite you now to bring your attention to the top of your head, your seventh energy center, that crown chakra. You may feel a slight tingling sensation at the top of your head. Think, imagine, or feel a beautiful purple light emanating from and all around the seventh energy center. This light violet. Feeling the warmth of its rays. The top of your head emanating outward. You may even feel that same purple frequency in other parts of your body. Just witness. Taking a breath in, breathing into the seventh energy center. And as you exhale, allow your attention to shift now into your sixth energy center. The area between your two eyes, that third eye center. You may feel it directly in the center of your brain. You find that place where your still small voice resides. And imagine, feel, experience a beautiful indigo color, like that of a midnight sky, softly dancing, glowing from this place of illumination. Taking a deep breath in, breathing into the sixth energy center. And as you exhale, allow your attention now to float downwards towards your fifth energy center in your throat, the area of your larynx. Experience a beautiful sky blue color, radiating all from your throat and into any other part of the body that feels right to you. Perhaps it may gently ascend up into your head or even down into your lower extremities. as you exhale, allow your attention to float downward into your heart. That fourth energy center. Experiencing a beautiful emerald green color, radiating from your heart, expanding, expressing itself outward into the world and into the rest of your body. It's both an outward and an inward expression of this beautiful emerald green color. Breathing in this emerald green, and as you do, holding that breath in for a moment, and as you exhale, begin to feel more of your physical body as you descend into your third energy center, the area of your diaphragm. Our point of power, beginning to come back into this space, this time, connecting to a color, yellow. Find your perfect yellow today. It may be a canary yellow, a daffodil. Where is your body right now? Perhaps it's a golden hue of a brilliant sun yellow. Witness that color emanating all throughout the central part of your torso. It may begin to radiate up or down. Just witness. As you connect to your second energy center, right behind your navel. Think, imagine, or feel a beautiful orange. Allow the frequencies of vibrancy of your perfect orange color to begin to swirl, to shift, to move, to flow throughout this lower part of your torso. Allowing this orange to move exactly where it needs to flow for you today, right here, right now. The orange connects us to our innate creativity, our ability to manifest in this physical world. Where does your orange go today? Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in. And as you hold that breath in and exhale, allow your attention now to rest at the base of your spine, in our first energy center, directly above the perineum and the hip bowl, welcoming in a vibrant ruby red, a brilliant red with an intensity of color, a strong pigmentation that brings us into the strength that is red. red to fully integrate into every crevice in our body, especially in this place where we find our grounding, where we find our true connection. Feeling yourself coming more into your body right here, right now. Breathing in this red, inviting the color to shift, to move wherever it needs to, either into your lower extremities, even into the rest of your upper body. You find where this red would most serve you today. Taking a deep breath in, breathing in this red frequency, holding that breath in, allowing the body to relax, allowing the heart to relax. And when you're ready, exhale. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. Coming back in to your body more presently, adjusting your physical self, maybe even your mental and emotional selves too. Coming back in, giving yourself a little stretch, a little hug, a little grace. And if you still find you're a little floaty, go ahead and snap your fingers a couple of times. The snapping helps to reawaken our nervous system right here. It's a clearing technique. Friends, how was that for you? I would love to hear your experience. That was really incredible on this end. As you begin to share in the chat, let me tell you a little bit about what I witnessed from this vantage point. So, one of the things that we didn't chat about at the very beginning about Metatron is he's considered to be the tallest of all of the archangels, maybe second to Anael, but some consider him to be the height of the globe. So it was really interesting whenever I first started looking at him. He was a little challenging to see, and so there had to be this pulling back, kind of like pulling out the camera so that instead of just looking at someone's, freckle, you're actually being able to see, oh, there's a face. Oh. So there was this really interesting idea of pulling back. Musically, we use that a lot. There was a lot of these sevenths, so notes that were really far apart. But then what was very striking to me, we immediately went into these very upper octaves. And actually, the notes I was hearing were even the octave above this, even above the bowls that at present we just don't even have room for. And there was these very high frequencies, even above this octave, that wanted to come in. So sometimes we would try to bring them up through the lower frequencies as best as we could. So that was very interesting to me. The other thing that was also a very interesting note, there was a melody that came out, and I recognized the melody, and I recognized playing it on one of the other archangels, which I don't recall which one it was. I don't remember if it was Raguel last week or the week before with Michael and Michael. So I thought that was really interesting. I think it was probably Michael. And that would make sense if they're both kind of the big dudes in the archangelic realm, that there was this complementary sort of energetic exchange. And it was just very interesting how that came through. So I wanted to share that. And I'm sure there were other things of notes too that will continue to come to mind, but let's hear what that was for you. I'd love to understand your experience. Hi, JG. Hi, Carolina. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Marcy, that was amazing. So many tears flowed. Yeah. I read somewhere yesterday that in the Vedic understanding, for a person to really know God, they'll either be to have the most clarity of the divine. They'll either be very poor, very sick, about to die, or crying. And I thought that was so beautiful. And we understand from a biological perspective that when we shed tears, we're actually shedding chemistry. We're shifting our chemistry. We're changing it. It's resetting in a way. And so I just share that because that's a really beautiful heart connection. And I found it interesting that I read that yesterday. I'm like, why am I reading this? So now I know. Thank you for sharing that, Marcy. Yeah. City, it was beautiful. Thank you. Good. I'm glad that was good for you. And your green hearts. Yay. Esther, it was amazing. Like a beautiful hug. Yeah, it was a very different experience than other archangels have been. That was really interesting. Maybe it's because he's exceptionally tall. I don't know. Kristen, you felt deep vibrations. Yeah. A little intense. Yes. In a good way. Yes. 100% agree. It felt very intense to the point. If you notice, I didn't say anything. There was literally nothing to say. It was just sitting in the vibration. And it's one of those times when something begins to take your breath away in a good way, but in a way of an aspect, you could almost say, of reverence as well. You know, when you recognize that something is so profoundly whatever it is in this instance. Good. And balanced. Everything felt very balanced, which makes sense. If he's sitting at the top of the tree of life with the Shekinah hanging out, you know, you gotta be balanced. Otherwise you fall off the tree. He would never fall off the tree. Carrie, good morning from Southern Maine. I'm so glad you were here. Marcy, you said, yes, Kristen, that's what it felt like. A beautiful, warm hug. Yeah, it really did. I love that description. Aaron, you're just what I needed today. Yay! High five, Metatron. You are just what Aaron needed today. I'm happy that we could help bring that through for you. Thank you for being here. JG, it was very powerful and feeling grounded. Yeah, it was also really interesting, JG. I'd be curious how that was for you. You know, when we went back into our chakra balancing, we started from the top and went down. And it felt like that was the only way. There was no way we were starting from the top and going back up at that point because we were sitting, the frequencies were already sitting so high that we had to descend back into density, literally coming back into this very dense realm. So that's interesting that you say that. Patsy, thank you so much for your donation. That's very kind. I appreciate you. And Lynn and Kristen both, thank you so much for your donations as well. That makes my heart very happy and thankful. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're both here. Gloria, you said you were pulled to read an oracle. And girl, let's say Metatron does not mince his words. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It was incredible. And you were very right about the high octaves. Yeah. You're using earphones. You found yourself reducing the volume of your device towards the beginning. Yeah. Then after the oracle reading, it was so grounding and time flew. It really did. It really did. Wow, that's amazing, Gloria. And what a beautiful way, too, to include this into your practice, whatever your practice may be. And I love introducing the Oracle deck in as well, really bringing in guidance to allow the mind to assimilate these things that are kind of like, what is happening? And that was sort of the feeling in a lot of the time today. Like, what is happening? I like it, but OMG. So, Carrie, you missed it. Oh, yes, you can definitely go to the YouTube and see it. Absolutely. So, one of the reasons we love coming live both on Insight Timer as well as on YouTube, so that if anyone misses it anytime, anywhere, or just wants to go back and refer, you can totally pop over to our YouTube channel and check that out. You can also go to our teachers on our teachers page on Insight Timer. If you go to our teachers page, there's our website. Right now, that's actually a place where you can go download 4 free music tracks that are perfect for this time of year. The autumn season coming into the winter season. If you want to go download that free music so you have it at any time, go check out our teacher's profile. Click on that link. It'll send you all of that awesome music and you can use it however you want. It's the feedback we're already getting is really tremendous. So if that's helpful to you, I know everybody assimilates their practice, their music, their tools in different ways. So if it's helpful for you to have something where you can be like, oh, I just need this on my phone. I need it right now. There you go. So yeah, I love that. Marcy, thank you so much for your donation. That's very generous. I appreciate you. Esther, yeah, time definitely flew at 100%. 100%. I agree. Carrie, oh yeah, woohoo! Thank you. It's our pleasure. Well, it's always so good to be with you. Jeremy, I think, was there another comment on YouTube as well? I just want to make sure I didn't miss. Say hi, Sizzle Sticks. Good to see you. Love, respect, prosperity, everyone. I love that. That's a great message. Yeah, and Di Netta Di, you were saying that your name is unusual and very similar to a popular name in your country, and you get it called wrong all the time. Well, thank you for your graciousness with me. I appreciate that. Love it. Oh, and Janet on Insight Timer. Thank you, Charlene. That was beautiful and powerful. Yes, it was. It was very powerful. I enjoyed the angel lesson in the beginning. So interesting and helpful. Yes. And it's a combination of perspectives, right? And just because one perspective connects to the truth in one way doesn't mean that another perspective who connects to truth in a different way is wrong. They just have varying opinions and perspectives, which makes life go round. If I were to sit here and say, describe my bracelet to you, you'd say, oh, it's green. But if I turned it around, you'd be like, oh, and it has pink and white on it too, but I only saw the green. It's the same principle. It's the same bracelet. We just see it from different perspectives. So I'm glad that was helpful, Jenna. I love being able to bring some of these understandings in a different way. Yeah, sometimes dogma can be so tricky. Woof. Christine, what a beautiful way to spell your name. Thanks for this magic session. Thanks for being here, Christine. I'm glad you were here. The cool thing about these sessions is that everyone who shows up contributes to the energy of the session because you bring your vibe. You bring your vibration in your biofield. The bowls pick it up. They magnify it. And Metatron today showed up and was like, oh, this is who's here and this is what's happening. So here we go. So thank you for doing that. And also remember, Friday, lucky the 13th day. Well thought of there, Lori. Love that. Right. Thank you, Charlene. It's my pleasure. Lori, you said it was powerful and peaceful. Yes, I will agree to that. Well, friends, Monique, it was so beautiful. Yay. I'm so glad you were here. It was nice to see you. Yeah. You know, it's no matter what's going on in the world, we always have a refuge in ourselves, in this innermost sanctuary of truth, of peace, of resilience. It's whatever we choose to cultivate in any moment at any given time. We have that choice. What are you cultivating today? Sometimes it's very easy to cultivate peace. Sometimes it's not. Those are the days whenever it matters the most, when we can step into it. And if we can choose to do that, awesome. And if we can't, afford yourself the grace to know that's okay too. It's all part of the path. It's all part of the path. It's all part of the path. Speaking of the path, next week we will be back, but instead of on Friday, we'll be back next Thursday, October 19th. And you know who's joining us? Archangel Raguel. It's going to be really cool. I haven't had a chance to hang out with Raguel very much, but he is a really cool dude. So you'll want to come back and join us. Really powerful frequencies. They never disappoint, and it'll be really interesting too. So the astrology next Thursday will be very interesting and very supportive of these archangelic frequencies of Raguel. So Cherry Berry, yes, thank you, Charlene and Jeremy. Yay, there we go. It was amazing. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for your kind words. Lori, thank you. Absolutely. JG, thank you very much. It's our pleasure. We love to be able to serve as best we can in any given moment. Look at all those hearts. Did you love Metatron today? If you're on Insight Timer, throw up some hearts, because Metatron, thank you. That was really powerful. And just from me, I really appreciated all of the grounding and balancing frequencies that came through. And apparently so did all of our friends here on Insight Timer and on YouTube too. So yay. Friends, we'll see you next time. Until then, know that you are loved. All is well. Sat Nam.